Well, I've done a thing. I've bought quite a lot of sovereigns. This is the Memorial Sovereign Coin Collection from the Royal Mint, and to say that we've gone all in on it would be a little bit of an underestimation. But nevertheless, today we're going to be showcasing this incredible and quite expensive gold sovereign coin collection. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and a very warm welcome to you all joining me for another precious metal ramble. Today we shall ramble on about the incredible Memorial Sovereign Proof Coin Collection from the Royal Mint. Now this is quite the commitment for me and Mrs. Backyard Bullion to make. We've gone for one of everything within that range, from the 5 coin set all the way down to the individual quarter ounce proof sovereign. So in today's video I want to talk about our reasoning for going as big as we have on this coin set, and what our thoughts might be for the future on it and the different sizes and shapes within it. I should say shapes, the sizes of the different sovereigns within this set and what we think they might do. Now with all that said, there's of course going to be some speculation in here. I'm not going to tell you that this coin set is guaranteed to make money in the future, but I think it's a good one, and we'll go through my reasons for that in today's video. But before we jump into that, a quick reminder and plug for our own gold that we are creating right now. Our hallmarked 1 gram gold bars available now on our website, ready for immediate shipping, worldwide shipping available. It's all checkoutable on our website, if that's a word. Go and check it out. There's a link down in the description box below, and you can go and grab some of our first pieces of hallmarked gold, which is super exciting. So with those out the way, let's dive in and talk about this very, very cool collection of coins that we've got. So I'm going to put these to one side for now and get the 5 coin set out from under here, because the coins you see on top aren't just the ones that we've got. We have more with these 5 coin sets here in this box. And the 5 coin, or the 5 sovereign piece I should say, is the jewel in the crown. It's the one that always is the most desirable from collectors out there around the world. When you look back at previous iterations of sovereigns that have ended up doing really well, you always see the 5 sovereign and the double sovereign being the 2 of choice. I do hate these Royal Mint boxes sometimes when they get this little fabric all messed up. And the 5 sovereign is, in my opinion, the best of the bunch. It's, you can see there, it's big, it's chunky, it's fantastic, and it's a sight to behold, let me tell you. And alongside its BU frosted finish cousin, it's going to look fantastic, and that's what I want to do first up. So let's just put this box to one side, because it's a little bit in the way and clunky, and we can get these 2 big, big, beautiful coins right next to each other. Now, one thing I might do before I consign these all off for long-term secure storage is get the Jubilee sovereigns out, the 5 sovereign pieces from the Jubilee collection, and have them all side by side, the 4 of them. Oh, that is going to look super tasty. But here we have the 5 sovereign pieces. Now, before we kind of go in and talk about our thoughts on the entire series, I do want to address quality. I've gone through all of these coins with a really good level of detail, and I've seen only a very small couple of frosting breaks on some of them. When I say very small, I mean so small that it's hard to even notice them on the naked eye. One I might send back, and that's a single proof sovereign. I think the single sovereign has got a noticeable one on the back of the unicorn. We might see it in this video, but beyond that, it's been really good, and that's fantastic to see. You know, the Royal Mint has had a hard time from me of late in the quality control department, but these are great. So I'm very happy with the quality there. Anything I do send back, I have confidence that I'd get a replacement in time. But from my perspective as a collector, job done. I have some great looking coins here. As you can see, this is the beautiful proof 5 coin and the frosted 5 coin. I normally say I absolutely love frosted finish coins. I think they absolutely leap off the surface of the coin with the accentuated details. But quite frankly, with this coin being as busy as it is with all of the different design elements on it, it's almost like this is a fully frosted coin anyway, and the shiny sort of proof background, so to speak, actually really helps it. So This, I think, is my favourite of the bunch. The big 5-coin, 5-sovereign set. Big old chunky monkey at the back or the top here. Absolutely stunning. And another thing that makes this set special is the fact that it's the first sovereigns with King Charles on. Now, sovereigns are one of the most collectible, identifiable gold coins out there in the world, and they have been for a very long time. There are people who will collect date runs of them. There are people who will collect special editions of sovereigns. They're one of the most collected coins out there in the world, and any sovereign with a new monocom, that's a good one to get. And so this just accentuates how good this series is, and that's one of the reasons why we've gone quite so big into it. Not to mention as well the fact that, of course, it is for the memorial of Her Majesty the Queen, who's been the mainstay on coins for 70 years. That's a huge changing of the guard, and definitely something that will be momentous into the future. Now, one thing I will say as well, for those that are cringing that I've taken them all out of their boxes and they're all kind of mixed up and we don't know which one goes where, it doesn't matter at all which one goes in which boxes. The fact is it's a 5-coin set, and you go the 5, the 2, the 1, the half and the quarter. It's that simple. And also, there is a chance that I'll send some of these off to NGC for coin grading. Because I do think, for example, I think maybe the 5 coins I will not grade. I will leave these as they are. But the doubles, I think I will send. So I've got 2 of the doubles. We've got 4 of the single sovereigns in here. We've got 1 of the Piedforts, which is the double thickness one. So if we just showcase the double thickness of this coin, if the camera will focus, come on, here we go. So you can see it's a bit difficult to see, but you can see that it's a double thickness coin. I personally would have liked to have seen a complete doubling of the surface area. Basically that's what happens here, but a super thin coin like one of those Austrian Corona coins would have been super cool. But the Piedfort's a nice addition to the set. It's always been very popular with other releases, the Piedfort coins, and have gone on to do quite well generally. So, when look, we were in this situation where we were like, right, we're going to be going quite big on this coin series, aren't we? Well, we might as well get everything. I know that sounds a little bit flippant, but we took cash out of various different savings and investments to do this. This wasn't just because we had too much cash, didn't know what to do with. We've actively chosen to do this. This is very much a long-term commitment, like you would put into any kind of long-term investment. You've got to think about that long-term side of things. So it's a bit difficult. Like you look at it and you think, I've put a lot of money in that, and hopefully it'll do well. So here's my thinking, and here's the rationale with us and Mrs. Backyard Bullion. This coin series is special. I think that it will have longevity. I think it will have popularity going forwards. I think some of the key coins within the series, the 5s, maybe the 5 proof, maybe not sort of the 5 BU, as it's not always as popular, but the 5 proof, the doubles, these are the coins here that will do exceptionally well, in my opinion. I think they will end up being good earners, so to speak, and you can break a setup and you can basically pay for the other coins in there. And you can see that with the Platinum Jubilee Sovereigns, the 5-coin sets. The 5-coin on its own is selling for equivalent of what the entire set cost, so you could get your money back on just selling that one. So our way of thinking is that not necessarily every single one of the coins in this series will go on to make exceptionally large amounts of cash, but some at some point will. And if there's an opportune moment that comes up within the next 5 to 10 years, then some of these coins will likely be liquidated. But some of them will just keep and hold on to. It's essentially having those free coins. If you make profits on some, it cancels out the costs on the others. So it's not necessarily for us about buying all of these coins and then immediately selling them all and trying to flip them for profit. A lot of you will know my sort of thoughts and opinions on coin flipping. I think it's quite frankly a little bit of a waste of time. If you've got something that you want to try and invest in and make some cash on over a long period of time, then this kind of adventure where you put it away for an opportune moment at some point in the future, then that's, in my opinion, one of the best things to do. An opportune moment that might come up, we've certainly talked about it here in the Backyard Bullion household. What happens when King Charles dies? He is no spring chicken, and he could potentially go any time, quite frankly. It's probably not likely immediately, but He could be one of the shorter monarchs that we've ever had, 5, 10, maybe 15 years at a push, if he's lucky. And that's, going to be an interesting time. The next monarch coming along, it's going to cause people to look back on the fond old times of Her Majesty the Queen. And I do think that this is a significant coin within that world. The memorial for Her Majesty the Queen. That could be a sparking point for this coin series to suddenly be really good. Well, I think it's already really good, but you know what I mean, to really take off. Now, from my perspective, I don't view this coin series as like a complete liability because, of course, it's made of gold. And whilst, yes, you are paying premium prices for these coins, it's bad, but it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world because there is literally a golden lining there. If in 20 years' time these coins are only marginally doing better in terms of premium, hopefully by then the gold price will have caught up to what you've paid for them. And yes, there are arguments to say that you could have put that money into bullion gold or you could put it into other investments and get all of that back. But you know what? Not every investment makes you thousands and thousands of pounds and thousands of percentage points of profit. So I view it as like a risky investment in that it's a lot of cash to lock up, but also as not necessarily the biggest risk. There are certainly bigger risks out there, like putting money into things like cryptocurrencies or countless other stocks and shares out there in this world, or new startup companies. I feel like these are slightly safer than that. And with such beautiful coins, with such history to them, and with such elegance that I just can't see them. They will never go to zero, will they? Because they're made of gold. But will they earn you as much as maybe bullion gold will over time? Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. It's all about that spot price rise. If spot price rises by X amount and you get a premium on these coins, then theoretically you're going to be as good as bullion. But time will tell. Time will tell. One thing I'm sure of is that I'm very happy with this coin set. There is one of the quarter ounces has got a little bit of that sort of mark on them. It's not really a mark, it's more of a kind of fading. Let's get them up next to the camera because I can't see them at the naked eye. And that's the only other one of this series that had a little bit of poor quality. It had like a sort of rust mark, almost like it was a copper spot on the king's head. No, it's not those two. Apologies if it was one of those two and you're all screaming at me in the camera. It's not that one either. So it must be this one. And come on, camera. The lighting here today is awful, guys. I'm so sorry. No, it's not that one either. Right, well, it must be one of them. So I'm going to have a quick look whilst I just ramble on. So those are the only two. I think there's one sovereign with a bit of breaker frosting, and there's one of these quarter ounces with a little bit of a mark on the king's forehead. Yes, it's this one. So if we can get this back in focus, go on camera, here we go. It's very hard to see, but there is like a little red tinge to his forehead there. It's one of those things that I know it's there, I can see that it's there under certain light conditions. Will I send it back for a replacement? Is that going to be good enough to get a replacement? Because remember, sometimes this could be deemed acceptable by the Royal Mint. Who knows? But quality-wise, I'm very impressed. We've got a lot of coins here, and they've all done very well in terms of quality control. Only one or two very minor specks of frosting on a few of the coins at worst. And in those circumstances as well, those would still potentially grade at a 69 or 70, and that's the acceptable, 68, 69, 70 are the acceptable numbers for proof coins from the Royal Mint. So I'm happy. I think I'm really happy. Like, I've moaned enough about bloody quality control that when I get a good bunch of coins in finally from the Royal Mint, I can actually celebrate that and be happy about it. There's good old Queenie. We do miss the Queen, honestly. King Charles is King Charles. Everyone will have different opinions of him. That's not what I want to make this video about, but it was a pleasure having Her Majesty on our coins for so long, certainly, and featuring her on our channel for so long. That state funeral was intense, wasn't it? There it is throughout history. Beautiful, beautiful sovereigns, or celebrations of her reign, I should say. And there's King Charles, start the new era. I do love this coin set. I really do. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. I think it is, I mean, look at that. It's a poignant moment. It is a poignant moment throughout history to change. The changing of the guard. King Charles is on our coins now. So, there we have the rather tasty and large sovereign coin collection from the Royal Mint. And yeah, very happy with that. Let me know if you'd like me to go and grab from Secure Storage the 5 coin sets, and we'll do 4 times 5 coin sovereigns. God, that's going to look good. Might also get one of the extra doubles out as well. So then, yeah, let me know if you want to see that video. Otherwise, a big thank you to all of my BYB Ramblers for sticking around to the end. If anyone is sticking around to the end, here's my second little plug for our gold bars. If you're interested in them, I think they're super cool. I think they're really unique. There's so much going on with them in terms of the hallmarking, our homemade assay cards. It's just beautiful, and they're available on our website. So go and have a look down in the description box below. Otherwise, thank you to our Ramblers. You don't have to buy stuff, by the way. I'm putting the plug in there. If you want to support our channel, you can do that. But one of the best ways to support it is just by watching. And if you're watching to this point now, then you're a Rambler, and you're super cool, and you're doing a lot to help our channel, more than you actually know. It really is more than you know. So thank you so much. And onwards we go to 100,000 subs. So this weekend we're going to talk about our 50,000 subs giveaway, which is going to be super exciting. So definitely worth subscribing if you're not already. Otherwise, that's it from me. We'll see you on the next video. And as always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.